So as I've only got pretty much one of everything for the Garchomp, bar from Garchomp, we're going to have to try and tweak it a little bit. I've gone with a Gibble, Gabite, Garchomp twice, then we've obviously gone for a Druddigon. We've even thrown in a Regigigas, so I'm hoping it works. We're using some of the tools. Let's see what goes on. So going first then, we're going to start off with a bit of Gibble. Okay, we can work with that. Obviously, the main thing with a Garchomp is the fact that you've got 2 energies and it does 100 every time. No discard energies. It's a very, very nice stage 2. It's easy. It's definitely there. You have got to have the 2 energies, so that is the bit where you kind of throw in a bit of Druddigon, and that's where Regigigas comes in. If you do get an energy that doesn't work, then obviously we can throw that in as well. We also then obviously want to go for CYNTHIA. That's going to be the big one out of there. So let's go Pokeball. See what we can get going on. We're going to get a Druddigon, which is going to be the ideal scenario to get him in, realistically, to hold off the fight. So then we've got the CYNTHIA. The problem is, you've obviously got the Pokemon communication. Choose a Pokemon in your hand and switch it with a random Pokemon in your deck. It's why I want to keep this deck relatively small, because then naturally you can not necessarily work it out, but you could, if you've got 1 Pokemon left or 2 left, you've got that 50-50 chance of getting it. So that's kind of why we want to try and keep it smaller to be able to utilize that. You obviously do have some tools in the actual TCG that do let you pick it out. So hopefully we do get that at some point, and it kind of then enables more of a strategic thinking. But it is interesting. I've only used it twice. No, I've used this deck once, in fact, and we did manage to win, but it was against a Druddigon and I can't remember his Aerodactyl partnership, which I don't think they used really well in my opinion. Once you can get that Garchomp in, it's a very, very unique Pokemon to have in. You've just got to make sure you get that stage 2 in. And then obviously, like I say, if you find it down with Garchomp, getting Regigigas going, obviously then having the tool in there as well to give it the 20 HP, it's a very, very strong Pokemon to have. But going against a Dialga, he's also a very strong one, and 2 energies in. He's still a deck that I really want to try out. We do get the Gabite, which is perfect. But do I want to go... So this deck's got fire again. So as I must have changed something with the deck, it changed something. Oh, and I did it again. I should have gone Druddigon first. Oh, honestly, I'm not having a good time with this. It is bedtime, to be honest. What do we got? Weakness. So Dragon obviously has no weakness, which is nice. And we've got Electric versus Electric there. We do get a Regigigas here. I am going to use the communication right now just to see if... Oh, I should have used the Pokeball, actually. We're going to go ahead and use that anyway. Can you give me the Gabite? Please? Garchomp will do. I mean, it's not the what we want, but I mean, we as long as we've got it, that's absolutely fine. We do get the Regigigas again, and we're going to chuck... Do we chuck that down? No, we're not going to chuck that down for now. We're going to end it there. Should have went with Druddigon leading. I completely forgot. I saw it and I don't know why I didn't click that first. So we're going to try that first anyway. He's obviously going to get a peck off. We do need to get him out of there as quick as possible, because obviously you kind of need him to be in the back, getting himself ready. Then you obviously can start with the Regigigas as well. He's going to be getting the Magnetons in like that. Some very interesting decks as well I want to try with Magnezone and all of them. He's obviously going to get Peck first, which is always interesting. Then, that Gabite. Leaf has come in handy here, though. I know it's not necessarily the greatest use of it on just a 1, but it does let us keep that energy rolling, and we can throw him in there, which is absolutely perfect. We are now going to throw Regigigas in because we've got a water energy next, so we want to start powering that up. So if we get into Garchomp and he's pretty much just KO'd in 1, we can obviously throw in the Regigigas as the attack as well. So looks like we're throwing him in first anyway, so that just is what it is, to be honest. He's going to get a 20 hit to him. He is also as well a 4 retreat, so it's just one of them. We are going to throw our own CYNTHIA in, and then we'll also start powering up a little bit of Regigigas, just because no point putting another water energy on Garchomp. It is just a little bit of a waste at this point. So we do get the fighting energy next. Kind of need that Gabite next, realistically, just to get that attack in. Otherwise, he's going to have Zapdos in. He's going to end up getting his Magnezones in. Magnetons. He might even go for Magnezone, to be honest. So we want to make sure that we are doing that as quick as possible, really. That's the kind of play with Garchomp at the moment, and especially because I only have one, it makes it that little bit more tricky. That's the problem we've got. And obviously as well, like you see there, with that now move where you can move a energy from the bench in any of the energy types, does make it a little bit more tricky to go against. So we realistically are on a back foot here. Obviously having to move Druddigon out is not necessarily ideal, but we're kind of working with it to see how well it does work. He's going to land how many heads? There's 2. Okay, we've got, what, 100? We've still got some room to play with, and none of these are EXs as well, so he's got to go through 2 of them. We do get a draw 2, which should hope us in good stead. Not really. Okay, so we'll put... what we do is we'll Giant Cape Druddigon if he's going to go for that next. And then we'll go ahead and put Gibble in like that. And we've just got to pray for a goodbye. This can be the only thing that really kind of steps us in the wrong direction. Okay, going second in this one. Obviously, it will be a little bit better if I did have both set, so I do have 2 Gibble goodbye and also Garchomp, but we kind of needs and must at the moment. We're going against Meltan, going to see a lot of steel decks, especially with that Dialga, so it's not surprising, and Melmetal comes in very, very quickly. So let's see what we can get in this. We're obviously going second. He's going with a Druddigon pairing as well, which is always nice. Don't want to necessarily go against it too much, and okay, I mean, I don't know why. Gives me another chance to maybe have a better start. Realistically, what I'm thinking with this deck, starting with Druddigon, obviously take any hits needed, build up to the Garchomp, obviously have a Regigigas, maybe another Druddigon there as well, to be able to kind of take some of the hits in case of a Sabrina, and then basically you're building Garchomp, building Regigigas. When the time comes, you either leaf Druddigon out, or you obviously go ahead and let him basically just sacrifice himself as such. So let's start with that for the moment. I just need my Gibble. That would be outstanding. And the good thing is no weakness either. So let's draw 2. Nice and easy. Give me the Gibble. Ooh, okay. We get the Pokeball. It could only be Druddigon or Gibble. There we go. Okay, so now we can have some room to play with. So let's go and throw you in. We'll throw Regigigas in. And I'm going to leave that second spot at the moment ready for another Druddigon just in case. Pretty much, we're only got Druddigon and also Garchomp left in the deck because I don't have double of everything. He has got a quick one with obviously the Eevee. It's going to go Vaporeon, Starmie, Blastoise is going to be a shout, and more than likely there's a Misty in play at some point as well. So it's a very interesting deck to say the least. Let's see what we can go against them. Okay, he's going to go with a Water Gun. I know he's going to evolve him, obviously, but why would you be doing just 20? I mean, it's chip damage to say the least. So now we're going to Gabite. We've got the perfect run in energies as well, which is always excellent. So we've got the water next. After that, Garchomp's ready to go. We obviously then can swap into him if we do get the leaf, or if obviously he does attack at some point, or Sabrina's maybe, I suppose. But realistically at this point, we just want him to basically be set up. Has he got a Gyarados as well? That just seems like a lot of Pokemon to be managing. Not necessarily the greatest amount of tools or anything. We're going to have the HP. That's going to be outstanding on a bit of Garchomp as well. Throw whatever HP you can go. It goes up to 160, I believe. So let's throw him in. We then obviously throw the water energy on him. I mean, I could go... Yeah, no, we'll throw the water energy on him. Make sure he's ready to go. And we can do that. Obviously, as well, his ability, he has got the Reckless Sharing. You must discard one of your cards from your hand, and basically you can draw another. So you can do that once a turn if you really need to. It's got some heavy hitters on this deck now. So you can do the 40s, kind of getting that Gyarados. Gyarados can only be the problem here. It's got the 4 on Gyarados, which is... It is one of them. We will... From there, do we discard a card? Do you know what? We could... Does it... Let's try it. I don't know if it's just a trainer or could I do... I can do one or the other. So I'm going to go and get rid of you. Oh, I mean, I should have got rid of the Garchomp, I suppose, realistically. Let's go ahead and chuck that on Regigigas. And then we'll start powering him. Yeah, we'll start powering him. Could we do that, or should we go and get Druddigon out? I'm thinking, because realistically his Misty's going to be there at some point. Do we start attacking? What's he going to hit? He's going to hit 140. Does he hit anything on the bench? No, he doesn't. So let's go ahead and try and get Druddigon out from here, because we can hit the 150 with CYNTHIA. So we only take 2 hits to get rid of Gyarados, which is the same against us. So we want to be in ready. I just know we don't have any potions really, so we only have 1 shot at it. So hopefully, if he gets the Blastoise in, maybe we tank that out with an EX maybe, but he's going to be trying to just hold us out. He's going to wait for us to attack first, no doubt. So that puts us in the retreat cost, so that's a bit of an annoying one. So let's go. So if he does the 140 first, we're not going to have another hit on him really, are we? So we will need to basically wait for him to come out against us, to be honest. We're going to have to literally hit and hope with this. There's nothing else other than Gyarados that if he hits first, takes us out completely. We have no real chance after that. Obviously, he's got the Blastoise now. That could work with a little bit of Regigigas in here. Is he going to do the attack? What we got? We got a 40. Surf. Ori obviously goes. This Pokemon does the energy. Attack does 60 more damage. That's fine. So we could... We just don't want to do our hand too quickly on this. So we don't need any of that realistically. So if we chuck that in there, do we need any more cards? I'm trying to think what else would be in the deck. We've only got 5 left, but if we got rid of Blastoise in this turn, no, in fact we can't get rid of Blastoise in this turn. If we wanted to use Leaf as well, we'll let him take it. We'll let him take it and see what he does here. Because this is the problem when you go into the stalemate. He's going to get Blastoise up and running. But it's basically about getting Regigigas ready now as well. He's going to obviously go with him. Do we take the hit? Regigigas is not ready to attack it. We're gonna have to go with this. If he does what is the attack? If this Pokemon has 2... that's fine. So we can take it Blastoise out anyway. So it gives us enough chance. This attack does equal damage to that. So if we throw that in there, we then throw a CYNTHIA on top. And then we take out the Blastoise. So that does the 150. Excellent. 2 points to us. Then he'll come in with Gyarados. He'll do the 140 to take us out. Regigigas comes in then with the 40. The only thing is we need another Druddigon on the bench. No, we don't, because he'll only be 1 for us. That's kind of the best thing about it. There's no EXs. So even if I bought the Druddigon in his Sabrina's, doesn't make a difference at this point. So actually we're in a good position with this deck. Let's see what we can do with him, because surely he will take out now, unless it discards one of my energies from Regigigas. Then it's a little bit troublesome, which I don't think it has. So that's the 1 point. We'll obviously throw Regigigas in. Unless he has an ability as well that I don't know. So then we go. We throw that. And that will do enough damage. Yes. That does the 50. But then he's obviously going to do damage as well. This attack does more damage equal to the damage that the Pokemon has on it. So if he does the 140... he's pretty much done out. And now he's pretty much guaranteed us at least a good position in this. So if he does the 140, I mean, I feel like he thought about that far too quickly. So surely it's 190, yeah. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that means it's a pretty done deal. He really could have done, well, I mean, I think I was pretty much there regardless because of obviously the damage that would have happened. I suppose no, I don't think he could have done anything. I think we absolutely smashed it. That is what kind of the Garchomp deck does when you've only got one Garchomp to play with. So, starting with Druddigon, Gibble on the bench. Let me know as well if you've made it this far, randomly someone's watching. Do you prefer the live thinking process, or would you prefer a condensed version, like kind of going like, say, anywhere between like 5 to 10 minutes of just like more gameplay as such, or more parts of gameplays, but I kind of speak in every bit of the deck instead? So it depends on what you prefer, because I think when it comes to the 20-30 minute videos, realistically, a lot of it can be a bit of waffle. It's kind of going through the process as we're doing it, but realistically, I could condense that down shorter, but then get the points across quicker, if you get what I mean. So I might try that as a video, so we could try that tomorrow potentially and see how that works with, like, I think Dialga's deck, I suppose. Dialga's got a really good deck as well, so it would be interesting to see more of a condensed version rather than almost like a live commentary sort of thing. I just think it's a bit easier to get more out, so more decks, but then in terms of what you're seeing like now. Ooh, okay, going with the Palkia. Interesting to see where he's going with that then. So, what we want to do, we've got CYNTHIA there. Do we get rid of, choose a Pokemon in your hand. We kind of don't really want to get rid of Garchomp just yet, so we'll let him have his turn. We've got nothing to do on the first one. We've obviously got our Pokemon that we need straight away. Druddigon's obviously going to help a little bit. Palkia can start hitting straight away as well, and he's got enough HP to keep going. So we'll be interested to see what he's going with it. And apparently he's got enough time allowed. So let's try this one again then, shall we? We're going to go first or... okay. That answers my question. We're going to go first. We've got Druddigon in the pool. We've got Regigigas coming in as well. And we start like that. Right. We need Gibble. We need Garchomp. And we need some energies. So let's hope he's setting up nicely. So what deck he's got, because realistically the weaknesses are pretty good as well. So obviously he's going Geodude. Ooh, a bit of Lucario. I'm interested to try a new fighting deck as well. So... we've got both of them. That really doesn't help us in any way or shape or form. So let's do that. The big problem is if we don't get our Gibble in. This is where not having two is the problem. And when we do get more of them, obviously we'll put them in. They will be the helping hand to get them a lot quicker. That's kind of the pool really. And maybe you drop out one Regigigas, add a Gibble, take out a cape maybe. You only realistically need one, like Regigigas got a lot of HP. If he does get to the Geodude, to the Golem first, it's a very heavy hitter, so we kind of need to be there as quick as possible really. And Druddigon's the next one as well. So that's pretty much, so we're going to just start with Regigigas. That's going to be the kind of best way we can go with this, I suppose, just whilst we wait. And that's why I've got him in there, because Druddigon, you'd have to have the fire in there as well. So I'd rather not have fighting water and fire, because it's just going to be crazy. Didn't realize Regigigas was fighting against. That's not great. So that's going to be one thing against us, but come on, give me the Gibble. Of course, it'll give me the Regigigas. Why wouldn't it? So this is pretty much just a lost cause. I could already see this, especially because he's already there with Graveler. There's no, like, we can't even get... we would have to have another 2 turns as well. So he's already at Golem. He just needs 4 and he gets 120. It would give us enough time to give us 1 hit against him. So that would be interesting. So... let's just keep going, but we're still waiting. Like, he can literally power up another one at this point as well. So once he gets rid of Druddigon, we basically have 1 hit. Ooh, attacks by fighter type do 2. What's that? Okay, yeah, well, that's going to do us pretty much good and proper. But I do think the deck has got some legs. Like I say, whenever I do any of these decks, let me know down in the comments what you would like to tweak. What is there something that I've maybe missed that I've not put in? Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think.